So yeah, we are live now. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Hans. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you too. Thank you too for your time. And
I am Marie from Sweden, and I have met Hans before over this live stream. And then I was not in that good condition I am today, and it not means that I'm okay. Then the people, we are just a normal person, and we try to do the best what we can do to talk about what happened in the world, and that I begin to tell it. I have been target of um, all this what we call Morgellons or mind control or chemtrails and poisoning of different kind of ways. I don't know exactly where I have um, where it come from in the beginning. But after all this year and after my own study, I know there is a lot of people in the world who suffer and are victim for this nightmare. And of course, there is a lot of other disease people don't know where it come from. And um, what I have found out, because it took me over 3 years, and that 3 years when I was in the worst condition, I didn't know about Morgellons or chemtrails or mind control, and I thought I was poisoning. So after a while, I began to do my research, and that's it. Sorry, I have a little echo
yeah,
here
it's
in my.
because you don't use the headphones, maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the biggest problem, because when this happened to like me or to many people around the world, we in the end, when we know what's happened uh, from us, um, then the money is gone, and it's very hard to find out how you will survive in the in to eat and try to heal yourself and uh, to survive. I get a little confused. I'm sorry, but we will. I will try to speak in more organized uh, what we try to tell. The echo disturbed me a lot, so
Don't you have any headphones?
no, I have no headphones,
Okay.
but you can speak, little hands,
Yes.
and
Okay.
then I will try to see.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. It's been a while that we were talking with the other group, with Melanie and Will Spencer and all the friends. So well, what I'm thinking now is um, let's do one by one, that the people know every story of every person, and of course we will continue also with big group live streams, where everybody can talk and everything. But now this is just dedicated to you, because yeah, it's important that the people know who you are, what are you suffering, and what are your personal solutions to survive this crisis. And okay, this is now for you. And because it was a long time that we were talking about it. The first question is, what has changed, or what is new? What happened all the time we were not talking about your problem?
Yeah, what I begin to try to tell is that in December, January, and I was in really bad condition, and that in that time I have not found out everything I knew today
Mm-hmm.
about my own experience, and that's because I hope in the future that we can help, because I think there is a lot of people who have symptoms and disease and they are scared to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to organize myself and uh, tell how it begins for me, and especially uh, because when you're looking back, I have been sick and Target and all this for I think 5, 6, 7 years. And in the beginning, you don't know what's happened, because I thought first I had some infections. So and sorry, my dog
Yes.
is
Say hello to your dog.
jumping out from from my balcony. Uh, in the beginning, I thought, I have symptoms of thyroid or infections and cold and um, cough and eye infections, and so I thought maybe I was stressed and worked too much because I had my own company in that time. But after a while, strange thing began to happen, and uh, it was so unbelievable things, and uh, I thought there was somebody who playing with my uh, psychologic mind, my
Mm-hmm.
so I I talk little about it, but not so much, because after a while, when I understand the people and the doctors, and they thought I what it called have some delusional, and I was overstressed because of my work. But in fact, and today when I'm clear in my mind and the more mental uh, good with the psychologic way, I know what's happened. I know what's playing and mess with my head, but I there was real things that happened, and then we can talk little about mind controls. But if you begin to talk about that, and that I felt so sorry for all the people who uh, have this problem and target, because everybody think they are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the next step was I begin to be more sicker and sicker, and all the strange thing with my company and around me, and people like gang stalking, and there was a lot of strange things. But my health began to be so weak, and I couldn't be on my company, and uh, I thought, okay, I stressed down and will be more healthy soon again, because
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was perhaps only sick in normal way.
Yes.
But and in that time I look more myself, and I have my hair and everything. But then it began crawling over me, and I was electric and magnetic, and it was it looked like I was very nervous and overstressed. But I knew what I have today, and I have exactly the same symptoms and the way how it feels. The big difference is that I know what happened. So uh, uh, it's so hard, and I didn't understand that they think I was crazy or something, because I thought they believed what I tried to tell. And then it begins to be strange in also in my environment with dust and stuff looks like metallic black over my furnitures and in my company, which was a spa and a saloon that is very clean. And after the products begin to be sticky and oily, and that was, I knew there was something wrong. But when you try to tell one uh, thing after the other, the people think you're looking for it. You're looking for strange thing, strange light, voices, fibers, or but I didn't knew what happening, because I was so um, my goal was to try to find out and try to heal me. So I go to the doctor and I try to take the people uh, from environment community. I don't know what's name in English, and to show them there was big oily spot on my walls, and it looks like I have smoking inside in my not only products, in my furnitures and lamps and everything. And they said, oh, there is a strange, but they thought maybe that was dirty or I have not clean or something. And that was so many things in in this year. I think that was 2007 and 2008. And today, of course, I know they thought I was overstressed, and perhaps I um, looked after it. I'm so sorry for
Don't
my
worry.
dog.
Yeah, don't worry.
She's also.
Okay, I see
Uh,
there's Carmen also joining. Let's say
Hi,
quick hello.
Carmen.
Hello.
Sorry.
Say, don't
Just,
worry. Carmen, do you hear us?
Yes,
Ah, welcome. Hello, how are you doing?
I am fine, thank you. I was just in the other room because I can hear
Okay.
what's said.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Hi, Carmen.
Hello. You look
She's.
great, Marie.
Oh, thank you. I begin to look more myself, but oh, this summer has been very, very hard, because I have a real crazy project on myself, and but that proves everything. There is something strange, because what I have done, you cannot do that if there is if I had it in my mind, or it's real crazy. But it's nice to begin to see myself again, because I have not looked like this for, I think, 4 years or something,
Hmm.
and I have a long way, but step by step, and I begin to felt my when I touch my skin, and I begin to also felt not my head, my scalp is not because it's sticky and oily and and have the film, but it's begin. But it's crazy that I have to do all this, and nobody helped me. I mean, from the hospital or the doctors, because you can see, and you, my friends who have seen me the last year, it's, I don't know what they not can see. What's there is something wrong
Yes, of course.
What is wrong?
with me, with these fibers.
No, you look
There is.
much better actually, and I am happy to see that there is improvement, and it's a process. This whole TI experience, it gets really, really bad in the beginning, and if you try different things, what works, it you begin to handle it, and you find your little own tricks that makes you better again. I don't have Morgellons at all.
No, but
Mine is more pure mind control and very MK Ultra with brainwashing trigger words and things like that. It has been a real adventure the last 5 years. And
yeah,
yeah.
Okay. Mary, maybe many people they don't know what is happening to you. Could you explain what are Morgellons? What is behind all this? What is happening to you?
yeah, Morgellons, or what I think today with me, um, um, it happens. What I thought I was poisoned in the beginning, because it started, and I think everybody, uh, if it's chemtrails or mind control or Morgellons, I think this nanotechnology will do a different things with us. And what I think it's little ironic that because I work with beauty, I works with all this, and now when I think what happened in that time, all the problem and how sick before I begin with a sore and my hair loss and everything. So I don't really know how it happens to me, but it begins in small step, and it begins with my health, like I said before, in normal, not normal symptoms, but with thyroid, swollenness. I was dizzy. I forgot everything. I have a real strong migraine, strong headache. I was pain in my nerves, pain in the muscles, and so I thought I thought so many things in that time. But when I begin with a problem, so that's what I thought, or perhaps somebody tried to poison me. And I told the hospital, please, can you do some what it call take I can't find the word. Prover. Prover. What is prover, Carmen?
What
Prover.
is
Prover. De tar prover.
tests? Taking tests.
Test. Yeah, thanks. They should take tests, and and that is interesting too, because why they why they don't do that? Because every time I was in hospital and my sore began to be worse, and I said, oh, it felt like my hair it's going under my skin, and they said, no, it's impossible. And instead uh, to do these different kind of tests, analyze, example, from my hair and my sore and like that, they said, oh no, you're scratching the sore by yourself because you are stressed. And I said, oh no, I work in uh, this company with beauty and like that, and I know skin, so there is something wrong. And but they didn't do anything. And when I began to lose my hair, I said, you must see, because it's like it was crawling up in the side and it hurts so a lot. And I have a lot of uh, uh, more and more headache, and so it was my brain is confused. It's easy to I forget what I talking about. Sorry. But then they instead told me, no, you have pull off your hair by yourself. And I said, it's crazy. I have not done that. And after a while, I go out from the hospital, and they tried to give me a lot of medication that was for schizophrenia, and also interesting thing is, how can the hospital for dermatology uh, place uh, tell or write that I have illusional. Today I wonder how could they do that, because that is the psychiatrist who shall do that comment. And but I go out from the hospital, and then after that, with this medication, I get worse and worse, and I I almost was dead for 2 years. And it was like these fibers going around me, strangling me, and it was like, I said all the time, it's something drawing me inside, and twisted. And my neck and throat was like my head was on the shoulder. And I begin to transform to another person, and you can really see it. But they ignore me. And for me today, I'm really angry, and I will not let it be, uh, because of this I lost my mind, I lost my soul, my mind, I lost myself in many years. And because of that, I lost everything. And when I begin to be more, I knew there was something wrong, and I try, how can I cure myself, and what can I do? Because when I was to the doctors, they just, oh, go home and calm down, and you must heal yourself and stress down. And of course, I have to do that. But my biggest problem is that was so big pain, And I remember I cried for 6-8 months for the pain, and I'm very strong. I never cry because I have pain. I have high level um, of pain. So it's horrible, and it. I know there is so many people who can be crazy because of all these strange things who happens around you, like with Carmen and many other. Everybody has health problem, but for me, they try to kill me. I don't know how they. I know how they try to do it, because if I have not been fantasy, I have so much fantasy in my head to try to get rid of these wires and everything. Um, but
Yeah, but the
sometimes I
problem is
thought,
that no matter how much you try, you never get rid of it, and it's always going back and taking like two steps forward and three back, and so on.
yeah,
So it's hell, you know. It's like living a nightmare.
yeah, okay. We talk about when I was in hospital, and that was 2008.
Okay.
And then I try what I try to tell. I try to find a cure, but I I was so I was like I was dead, because I wonder sometimes I what I doing in all this year. I didn't open the computer. I couldn't find some idea to how I could help myself, or it was I was not myself. I was really another person, and I was gone 2-3 years, and that's I'm so sad, because my two sons uh, have to go through all these with me, and sometimes they sleep with me because I was so in bad condition. I thought I should never wake up, and I remember, and that to tell your son this word. I said to him, if something happened to me, I have not tried to begin suicide, and you must tell they do objection. Oh, I don't know what's name is. You know, they must look after my body, because I was, I knew there was so something wrong. And you don't say that to your son, and you don't talk about uh, that you are afraid to not survive, because I fight a lot to think nobody will do me psychologic crazy, or kill me. But uh, and today, when I have my or when I'm myself, I it's hard to believe I was like that in many years. It's unbelievable that something can happen to people, and I think there is many who are in the same situation right now, because you are not yourself in the beginning, like Carmen said before, and there is uh, many people don't believe you, and what I can see, that how much time I took to try to explain what happened, to give them proof. Look here, can you see that and that happened? And when these fibers comes out from me, and all this, I try. Oh, look here, and uh, it's scary because everything happens in small steps. So in normal case, perhaps when you are depressed or stressed, you can scratch yourself and do typically things who look like this. But this is so different. This is today I can take out the fiber and show people who want to see it. And it's not normal to I have pulled out so much on my scalp. If I have done that in a normal scalp, I should was bloody and sore, and I have sore over my eyes, and in place there I have a lot of these it collect a lot of collagen and silicone, and I think it happens some chemical reaction under the skin, and then it hurts the skin. So there I have sore. I have not done draw and pull there, but there I draw out. There is nothing, and you cannot do that if I have been uh, if my scalp has been normal. I have done this for 1 year now and real study the fibers, real find a way with what we call cable or wires or something, and in the same time it's horrible and scaring. It is interesting because I have worked for so many years with this, and I never in my life could believe that one day will sit and pull out strange hair from myself. Of course, it sounds crazy, but this is the real what happens to me. And I'm covered like a spider web all over me. But uh, that's because it takes a long time before I will be a butterfly. Now I'm in a cocoon.
That was beautifully said and optimistic, actually. Marie has a real sense of humor, and she has gotten to that point when she can really laugh about everything that happened, and that's strength. I believe that's wanting to go forth and to be strong and to fight everything, and yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
By the way, there's Luca here. You told me that I have to add Luca.
Yeah, hey Luca.
Hello.
It's a no.
Everybody, hi.
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 Nice to meet you, Luca.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's the first time actually I saw everybody. I saw few of the people I met before. Yeah, I think it's the first time I saw you. Yeah. Sorry, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to say something?
Yeah, you can. You can tell who you are.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. I'm from Italy. I live in England. It's about 12 years I'm in England. From about 10 years ago, I changed a lot of houses. So some houses was more stronger. Some houses I didn't have any this problem. For example, now what I'm feeling is like in my body is connected to electricity, and I'm feeling I can't do nothing basically. I'm feeling like like there was electricity inside my body that make me like that. And my
Waves.
muscle, yeah, it's something like that. It's a very uncomfortable, really uncomfortable. I can't concentrate. I can, for example, I can't study. It, it's very, I'm feeling like I have to be in bed all day, and my body is doing something it's like I was overcharging for something, and I don't know what is it. I'm not doing nothing now. I'm basically I finished my PGSC in February. Now I'm looking for be a teacher. But in the last 3 months, I was working until a month ago. Now all the schools are closed, so I'm all days I'm home. And for no reason I'm confused. And there is this kind of shaking electricity that is so it's happening only in my room. It doesn't happen if I go out, if I go in any other place. It doesn't happen only here. And there is all the stalking, beating the wall, follow me everywhere. Every time I go out of the house, there is the theater. They create a kind of theater on the street every day I go out the last 10 years.
There's something with your microphone, or I don't know. I hear like a.
It's echo.
Do you have a headset, Luca?
I broke it.
That would give better
It's
quality.
round.
Yeah. Let me see if I can.
Or maybe the frequencies are entering right now.
Is it better like that?
Yeah.
It's better like that. What do you think, Harry? So can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, what I don't know what is it. I don't think it's a kind of microwave because it happened. They started on this one, this shaking, this something very uncomfortable about 10 years ago, and from there to now I changed a lot of houses because of that. And so it doesn't happen in any houses. It happened in some of them, and when that happened, I can see the same group of people that bully me and follow me and harass me even outside the house. So I don't think there is one group of stalker that use some kind of microwave. And that's it. My worry now is my house, and I don't know. Only about a couple of, let's say 3 weeks ago, I decided that it's time for me to looking for other people that can help together, because I always talk about I haven't been to the police, I haven't called the police. Last time the police came here, they were laughing at me because sometimes it's basically impossible to explain to the police what's going on. Even they said, okay, when someone follows you, you just have to call us. But every day they can be followed for a different person, and it's difficult to find out. You realize by the technique they use that you are followed every day, but you don't know exactly. You can prove. People can be normal people just because they are close to you. But the technique for stalking. I read all the videos. All the videos, they are all the same. They are always the same technique. Like for example, here from September to July, it was beating my wall, the kitchen, the wall of the living room, from 5 o'clock in the morning to midnight. It broke your head. You can't sleep. You can't concentrate. You can't do nothing. And then. Together with this one, there is a slam door. I went to slam door. I'm not feeling the slam door. I'm feeling electric shock. Literally electric shock. I'm jumping. My heart is go mad. Now I'm so sensitive about that. And it's just for me here. The street and I start shaking. Or here someone beat on the wall and start shaking because. They repeat this one for years and years and years and years. And I'm feeling my brainwash about that. My nerves go mad every time I hear a little noise. And basically,
it's echo.
Sorry?
It's echo.
Yeah, I know.
Or
I
it's
don't know.
from hands?
No, I have my headphones on.
He, yeah, I don't know what to do with this echo.
Ah, it's better now. Maybe the microphone was too far away.
But no, because I don't even have a microphone switch on at the moment.
There is good.
Yeah, it's
no,
much better.
Be there.
is, is it better like that?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Because
Yeah.
I have the computer microphone. I usually have this one, but it's not on. So it's the computer microphone. And so basically, there is this stalker. Basically, in this house, they are. It's a shared house. There's 3 floors in this house. We live in any room, and there is a different person. And at the moment, there are at least one on my left that beating on the wall. There was a girl upstairs was beating on the wall. And then when I went to the kitchen, there was another guy beating on the wall there. In the living room as well. That's it. And there is the person live the house live close to mine that they, they use this strange way to talk, this strange way to to approach me that is not normal. Sometimes the stalker they give you like it was they love you, like they give you too much. They ask you every time how is it going. It's all false. You are experience that is false. It's just a technique. For example, another guy he asked me, "How was it? What do you do?" Well, it's always question, and this is not normal. But it's difficult to explain. But when you know how the stalker works, you understand that this is not normal. The problem is that you lost the trust to every person you meet. At the moment, I'm not trust to even my mom. It's unbelievable, but you really lost the trust of every person around you. This technique destroyed the, the relation with many people, basically.
Yes.
It's really awful.
Yeah. That happened to you too, right, Mary? That when it started, all this, that you lost
Yeah,
many
it's shaky
friends,
and
families.
the bed. In the beginning, I thought, what's wrong with the bed? And I thought somebody have tried to do something, and I looked under my bed, and it was like you said, always this. I thought it felt like somebody, uh, you know, looking at me and drawing up and down the waves of electricity because I was shaky and sometime my legs was it was something drawing me back, magnetic, and I couldn't go. My legs were so heavy and there is so like Lucas said, it's there is so much strange thing and I think all of us uh, we we have some of like common we know what's happened and we know there is something but the big problem is uh, it sounds crazy. Sometimes when I hear the other people, it's yeah, it sounds crazy. So I begin to learn when I try to explain to what we call a normal person who still working and still I try to explain in easy way and not talking too much about um, uh, all this technology thing that we have learned to know uh, be- because then they think oh he or she begins to have mental problem or it's so crazy what happened to us uh, that is so hard to explain but I know the feeling, and I think Carmen, you know what he's talking about, and I hope there is more people who have the courage and to be strong to find other peoples that they can talk about these strange thing that happened to us. I couldn't do that in the beginning, and I was quiet of all these, especially when we talk about mind control, in many years. And I think it's first now I started to remember uh, really exactly what's happened. And but of course, I have so much to do with my body to heal me from that. But when I have a good day from that, then the other things starting. I have not have so much problem with this light. I have a lot of these mirror effects, and I can see shadows and a lot of things like a real spiritual. I have not seen so much, but now they begins to playing with me. But I try how I can use them to a good way.
Yeah,
But it sometimes it's hard because I can see everything. If I looking in for example, my picture on the wall, oh, I can see some lights or some shadow figure or something.
at the
But I
beginning I
think,
thought. So at the beginning I thought they put something. I thought it was something that create a vibration on the room on the wall, and I thought it was just vibration, like a like a washing machine when it is working very hard, make this kind of vibration. And I thought at the beginning when they start this one, I don't thought was a washing machine on the floor on the house by mine, and I realize now that it's not. Of course, it's not. It's something else. And my worry is that if this microwave we we die very soon. I mean, microwave make you cancer or leukemia. It's not a joke. These people is try to kill us. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, and they are the situation is really bad. I mean, it's not a joke. It is. I mean, microwave kill a person. And I was actually now following a conference, no, a video YouTube of Barry Trover, a doctor. Basically, he was basically inside the military microwave. And what he talked about is basically microwave create leukemia, cancer, and it doesn't take all alive to die. That's the problem. I mean, and the day that I realized that these people is trying to kill me, but if this is microwave, they try to kill me, and so I try to search now other people to do something because if when for example I met a woman outside, we become friends, and then I spoke to her about what happened, and the police came one night to uh, they thought I was harming myself, and I explained what is it, and they were laughing at me, these police. So I realized that these police probably are corrupted. Maybe they really know what is it, but they don't want to do anything about. The problem is that now I'm worried even come back to the police to explain to them. So I decided alone it's impossible to defend yourself. It's impossible because technically they use to be able to prove them. You must have it. You must have in a group. You must have people know what is it about around you, and you have to work with other people to be able to prove it. And so I decided about 3 weeks ago to looking for other people within the same problem, and I hope to be able to meet in real life and to be able to prove that because If we don't wait so long, we're going to die. Because if this is microware, we die. It's not joke about that. Microwave,
It's important to try to detoxify yourself and take away, especially because we have this. What I think, that's my speculation, and because sometimes I can feel, when you shake and this, and there is a lot of uh, lights or electricity or of some kind, and then something happened with my mind, my body, and I have thinking it perhaps. Uh, or what I can have for proof today is when I did this detoxy uh, products, take out metal and um, stuffs in your in your body that should not be there. Suddenly I could feel more, not so much electric. It was no that waves around me, and but today we have in my country very hot day and pressure in the air, and suddenly I begin to feel this electricity. But now I understand because I draw these wires, or we call them, and then it going up like sensor, and that's and everybody have this electric magnetic field around us, and some people begin to be seeking for electricity or something. So I think there is uh, we can help cure little, but the best way is try to ignore as much you can, because otherwise, what I remember in that time, I looking after the lights, I looking after where came the voice from, and all the people who stalking me, and I almost get crazy. It's not easy to ignore it, but uh, when I more try to okay, I not accept, of course I do not accept what I have, but I try to learn what happened with me, because with you or with Carmen or Hans there is a different things, but if we know each other's symptoms or other strange thing happening, then we can learn what can help. I don't know if you have tried more of these baking soda and vinegar, Carmen.
Yes,
It's not
of
a lie.
course. I tried vinegar and blended with a little bit of baking soda, and it really helps. Yeah, it
Yeah.
detoxifies the body, and we also gather a lot of free radicals, I believe, uh, because of the radiation or radio frequency or whatever it is, our immune system is lower than usual. So we have to strengthen our immune system.
Yes.
sorry,
Yeah.
what is this one? This baking soda with what? With
Baking
vinegar.
soda
With
and
apple,
apple.
Let me introduce you fast to Melanie. Melanie, many people know her already. Hello, Melanie, are you here?
Yes, hi Hans. Thank you for inviting me. It's a
Yeah,
long
you're
time
always
we hadn't
welcome.
done a live stream.
Yes, yes, and we.
Hi.
What I'm thinking
Hi,
is,
Marie.
sorry.
I'm,
What I'm thinking is that we have to make more. I mean, I was out of these live streams for a while because I was hacked my last live stream channel you know, all the topics we were talking. I think I don't know, the CIA or FBI or I don't know who, but someone entered there and took away the sound, and it was a real mess. But now I have a new live stream channel, and I hope this will work better. And yeah, we have to continue. And now my idea is that I will dedicate, for example, now with you, Melanie, maybe, I don't know, when you have time, you speak Spanish also, you speak German, then because the people need to know, they need to understand, because many people, they don't understand English, and they won't watch it, you know. So we should use our languages also to make separated live streams also, that the people come together, that they know about us, that they know what is happening. And yeah, welcome back, Melanie. Nice to see
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Yeah.
By the way,
So-
is something new in your life, just that the people know
Oh, well, I mean,
what happened?
just a lot of new problems, let's say. But
Oh,
yeah, so new and old problems, but I'm trying to manage as best as I can. Uh, so, well, yeah, the positive thing is that I'm doing more and more radio shows, so getting more like journalists involved, and I have almost like one radio show a week now
okay.
with different stations. So that is good because it brings the world out, you know. So, and I've recently met, in fact, I wanted to thank you, Hans, because I think it was on your live stream that I once met a girl who was called Tonya. You know, she had a very nice Skype photo. I can't remember exactly, but in fact, it's via her that I met, in fact, the lawyer of the mayor in Brussels.
Uh-huh.
So, and I got her interested in the cause. So that's very positive. So I met her this weekend and basically told her everything about the problem of victims of electronic terrorism, mind control, targeted individuals, and Morgellons also. And so she really believed me. She really understood the problem. And she said that she would look into it. She will also talk to her colleagues. Well, we have to see how they react. Maybe they'll tell her to leave it alone. But at least I got her interested. And today she wrote me an email saying it was really, really nice to meet you. And I would really love us to meet again. And that you tell me more. So that's really positive, you know. So.
Okay.
It also looks, I mean, Marie is aware of this, and maybe also Luca. We have to do the tests in a Faraday cage, the scanning that we did in several cities, London included, and we found the Faraday cage, so that's very positive, you know.
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Finally.
Hello, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Manny.
That was quite
Hi.
spontaneous. We always invite each other to these spontaneous
Yeah. No, it's
radio
great.
shows.
It's absolutely great. Now, I mean, the snowball effect is really working, because when I met Roxy Lopez, then I met other people's. Then I mean, it's every day we are getting more and more, and this is just fantastic, you know. So nice to meet you, Chris. Could you tell the people? I mean, now I'm doing a live stream, so everybody also listen at you. Could you tell the people, please, who you are, what are you doing, that they know you better?
Well, I'm a radio show host. I host a show on Saturdays, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern USA time. Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com, and I'm trying to get different alternative voices on who can give a different view on what's going on, and I want to get below the surface and get some real feeling of what's happening beyond just talking about the details. And I've really enjoyed interviewing Melanie,
Yes.
talking about Morgellons, and I think that those shows have been very good, and we've really laid out a lot of good information and educated people, and it's also been fun.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Likewise, I really enjoyed that too. So, and we have new shows coming. So there will be another one on the 15th of September and on the 6th of October. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
Who was-
quiet.
Yeah, everybody was talking, so
Okay, in Spain, the same thing happened as it happened in the US a little bit, that the state bailed out the banks, and it showed that they were corrupt, and they threw people out on the street in Barcelona. They had nowhere to live, nothing to eat, and they broke into the empty houses. So instead of letting people at least still live in their homes, the bank threw them out, and they helped the banks. The state helped the banks, and for I don't know, 2 weeks ago maybe, the Spanish police actually apologized to the people for imprisoning the people and not the bankers. And it was just an apology, so it's completely a mess.
it's a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that is the problem. It's a mess everywhere in the world and with everything. And we talk about our, Morgellons, mind control, and that, but there is so many subjects. There is so big problem and strange thing that's happening, and I think, because people begin to be robots, and I think we who begins to understand what happened, and there is something and new old information, it's very hard to find out how you will tell the people in a right way, so they will not think or be bored or think, okay, I will read it later, or I think it's important to show in what it's happened, what is your story, and because what I found out after all especially the last year with everybody, and we're sitting in different kind of corner around the world, especially we who are target, and nobody knows the real story, but you can read a lot of information. But what I have found out, it's the people who don't know anything what really happened. They read in the paper, it begin to be violence in this country,
Radio with me, Vortex.
What?
Sorry. I was looking for a radio Chris Vortex on. So I'm sorry. No,
Yeah.
Is it possible to listen to your show, Chris, online, or
yeah.
you have
Yeah,
to
I can
subscribe?
send you a link.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
It's freedomslips.com.
Sounds
No,
kind
well, I'm on
cowboyish.
Saturdays. I said at the start when I was added in, it's Saturdays 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern USA time on that freedomslips.com Revolution Radio. I did do a weekly, daily one. Sorry, Monday to Friday, but I only did that for 1 week, and then I didn't continue. But now I have more people that I'm in contact with, so I slightly regret dropping it. But at the time, it wasn't good to continue.
It's
When
crazy.
fascism actually rose in Europe and America, it was during the economic crisis of the 30s. I don't remember numbers so well. And, you know, the same thing is happening now again. You know, there is a fascist strong movement, nationalistic parties rise to power, and in about every European country, they actually persecuted and marginalized the gypsies for a time in France and in Italy as well. And the thing is that history is now about to repeat itself, because it's the same situation, and in the same situation the same thing happens. And in all fascist countries in the world, you will have victims like Julian Assange. I don't know what you think about him, but I am on his side. And you know, we have our heroes that are also persecuted. We had Gandhi then that freed India. Now we have the technological know-how, Julian Assange instead.
I think it sometimes takes a somewhat insider to make a change and stand up. And a lot of these people who have been shot or persecuted and now we think of as big people in history, like Martin Luther King or Gandhi and JFK, these people were somewhat part of the system and played along somewhat before they then spoke out more than they were allowed to before, and woke up, I guess.
Yeah.
And people like us, we are behind the scenes, and we would have to somewhat sell out, or we would have to be part of a family line to get to the position where then we could then switch and then speak a truth, and then that will get noticed. So I think these people, they are heroes, but they are there for a reason as well, and then perhaps they step beyond what their purpose was from the people who may have put them there.
Yeah, that's right.
So you believe that Julian Assange is also a conspiracy?
I think he's probably part of it.
Okay.
But he seemed to leak certain documents that somewhat follow the line of where the agenda is going. But
where is the agenda going? Please explain. I don't know.
Well, they want certain countries to fall at certain times. This is what seems to be the plan: is that certain countries fall in a pattern, and they want say you want a dictator to fall, and then you want to replace this person with somebody else. So then you want to put somebody else in who supports the New World Order more than this other guy, because this other guy's been in there for so long that he's taking his own rule. And some of them say, like in like Gaddafi, he was turning Libya green, and Libya was becoming quite a free country and wasn't towing the line. So if you can,
but what does Gaddafi, that was the president of a state, has to do with an internet hacker, Assange, that actually showed that American soldiers killed people like they were in a video game, more or less?
My point is that you release enough information so that people trust you, but then you release other information below that then goes.
So he didn't believe that 9/11 was an inside job. Well, I agree with you that it's a big disappointment, and I wish that WikiLeaks had released some documents on our problem, you know. But at the same time, Julian Assange and the whole WikiLeaks, because he is not alone, it's a whole organization. They go only after factual evidence. And what they did was they collected the information from all cell phones during 9/11, and they came to the conclusion after reading all messages between diplomats and so on, that it wasn't any indication of a conspiracy, but it doesn't mean that
Well, I
the
wasn't
people
talking
who
about
did
9/11,
it,
but yeah.
they were messing one another. Oh, we succeeded to bomb the to demolish the Twin Towers or something like that,
Luca, also thank you so much for participating today, and everybody's always
Thank you so much
invited.
for having us.
Yes, no, everybody. Also, my friends,
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah,
Thank
take
have
care.
a great time, and
Bye-bye.
see you
Bye.
very soon.
Bye.
Until next time. Bye bye.